We go all night. Double low speed, double low shit.
What is going on, everybody? It's Forza SLAP Train, and welcome back today, guys, to the channel. Forza Motorsport 6, back with our last video of our ESDA recap at Monza Round 4, which was held on May 26th for the open bracket, and May 27th was the pro bracket. Now, if you guys did miss both of the videos that I put up showcasing both of the battles in real time with the stream overlay, make sure you guys go and check out those videos. I really did enjoy those, and I was happy on the way that they ended up coming out as a final product. I do apologize that there were two parts because that's not originally what I wanted to do, but before I knew it, I had about 30 minutes of footage, and I figured a 15-minute video was a little bit more clickable than a 30-minute video. And that's kind of what I wanted to do for today's episode, was just kind of go back, revisit, and just, you know, assess our runs and see where we went wrong. I've actually went ahead, dropped them in here, and we're going to freeze frame a couple of these and just, you know, slow-mo, see where we went wrong on the clipping points. But overall, though, you know, my experience with the ESDA so far, if you guys are, you know, thinking about competing in an organized setup, you know, I would definitely recommend ESDA. Obviously, you need to be able to come out and qualify to make battles, of course, but, you know, the whole process leading up to that is definitely something that has, you know, got me back into Forza Motorsport. And, you know, it's a very hard thing to do, considering now we're about a year and a half in to the game. You know, it's slowly dying out. I don't find myself on Forza anymore, except if we're running for ESDA, or, you know, trying to practice, you know, qualifying, stuff like that, getting cars ready. So I think that, you know, this whole concept of these drifting competitions have really just brought back a lot of people to Forza, including myself. And for that, I want to give a huge thank you to all the staff, the people behind ESDA, you know, the streaming, the commentators, all the other drivers a part of the actual event as well too, because obviously, you know, it's a team effort, and without them there's no competition, right? So I definitely do appreciate everybody's time and dedication into the event, especially because we have a lot of drivers running in one night, and the fact that, you know, events are completed within about 3.5 hours or so, I think that's pretty good time. Mind you, I got pretty lucky this event, and I started out very early in the battle, so I was very happy about that. But we are going to go back in and recap our very first battle against Aerodynamic, or Mr. Aero HD. Now, looking back at his stream, I noticed that he didn't have any time to get ready. Unfortunately, he had streaming issues, didn't get any practice in up until the actual event. So unfortunately, you know, he didn't have any time to run, and, you know, that's unfortunate, but that's the name of the game, right? I mean, you got to make sure your things are working up and prior to the event. The event was held at around 7 o'clock Eastern Standard Time, so it was quite late over here. So thankfully, like I said, we did battle early, because it would have definitely been a late night if we kept going. Now, our first battle, like I said, we are on the chase right here against Aero. This was probably the most anticipated spot right here. I had no idea how this was going to run. I've never battled against Aero, and I think I was probably the most nervous the entire night on this first run. You guys just seen right there, I zoomed it in on the brake, and unfortunately he came in and scrubbed a lot of speed on that first clipping point, and it kind of threw me off because I wasn't expecting him to slow down that much. So I had to get on the brakes, and then kind of screwed up my line in the process. It was a very tough call, and if you guys watched the video, I was still kind of confused as to what happened, if it was my fault coming in a little bit too late. I didn't know exactly what happened, but I knew that I had to stick with him on these final runs, and thankfully I parked that bumper right on the grass line. It was definitely, like I said, probably the most nervous run of the night, and once I ran that first run, you know, I kind of was just hoping that the nerves were going to just go away. Obviously, you know, everything that you have done led up to these battles, and it's very tough to think about, you know, if you screw up one line, you're going home after hours of practice and, you know, getting your cars ready and such. So it's definitely, there's a lot riding on these runs, man. There definitely is. So this line right here, I knew I had to be perfect, and I tried to just blank him out behind me and just run my line. I seen him coming in, but I knew he was a little bit straight on that entry, and, you know, I was kind of thinking to myself, maybe we're gonna pull away, and that's actually exactly what we did. However, though, I got a little bit anxious, and I started thinking about this final corner before I actually hit the corner and straightened up pretty much. And on that slow-mo, you guys just kind of saw my wheel went straight, and I should have tried to correct it a little bit more and just whip the wheel to the other side for that rear end to kick out. But thankfully though, I was able to save it in time that we didn't end up straightening up on the run. So it was a very close call. If he was behind me that entire time, we probably would have went one more time on that, just because of the fact that I screwed up that last clipping point. But on the replay runs though, that front tire is money, man. That probably was my favorite lead run of the night up until this final error right here. So thankfully, like I said, he was a little bit farther back. We had some time with that, and you know, I'm definitely excited to hopefully match up against Arrow one more time. And I'll tell you what, man, next time I'm gonna be ready, man. I'm definitely excited. I didn't get a lot of practice on Forza these last couple months. I mean, like I said, I just haven't really been too excited to jump on Forza. Now that we're going to Lime Rock though, I'm excited, man. So we have a lot of time to prep and get ready. The second battle of the night was against XE Nakamura, great friend of mine as well too. We play Forza all the time usually. Now right here, you're gonna see mistake number one. Now I perfectly match his angle. However, I waited for him to transition first, and he left me a little bit, and I knew I had to catch up, so I threw it in very aggressive, and thankfully I got on the brakes a little bit, but he did end up leaving me. So I'm thinking if I didn't hit the brakes, we would have been with him in the grass, because I didn't drop tires on that last corner, but he did. So all I needed to do right here was kill this lead run. That's all that I needed to do. But mind you though, the pressure of this run was immense, and you know, it was definitely something that the nerves got the best of me, and this is gonna be mistake number two, man. I initiated so early onto this clip, and unfortunately I rode that grass line. Now looking back at this in the slow-mo, it looks like I dropped only one tire. Somehow, I don't understand how. I really don't, because it was probably the sloppiest run of the night, hands down. Now right here I had to correct myself one more time just to make sure. I was very sketchy on this final clip the entire night. I don't think I ran one really good smooth line, and I do believe I also dropped a tire on that final clip. Now at this point in time, I'm thinking to myself, this is not good. We dropped a tire, maybe two on the first clip. We dropped a damn second tire on the final clip. Now Killer Cali's reaction to me mowing the lawn is priceless.
Boy, slap there, just whoa.
Absolutely love the commentary all night from Killer Cali and Mr. T. Big ups to the commentators of the ESDA event. But exactly like you said, man, it was definitely a moment where I thought to myself, you know, I'm in serious trouble right now, and I could have just threw away the entire night, and that could have been it. However, the judges seen otherwise, and we're going one more time due to Nakamura dropping a tire on the final clip on his first run and my mistakes on that second run. Now, to me personally, I feel that Naka won the battles due to me dropping so many tires on that final lead run, and then having to have him correct himself over my mistakes. I felt personally that he should have went on without the one more time, but I'm not going to argue the judges, man. So we ran a second one, and this was my time to shine. Now, first clipping point looks okay. It's not bad. You know, we didn't get as close as I wanted. However, I did end up straightening out again. So we're gonna have to try to work out those issues for next round. Now at this point, after straightening out, I knew I'm behind and I have to try to close the gap. Now unfortunately, he transitioned once again before I did, making me have to catch up to his line, and I ended up throwing away that final clip once again. So unfortunately, in my head right now, I know he got that run. Now, thankfully though, I didn't drop a tire though, and just saved it. So we didn't drop any tires, so we're still good at this point in time. But I know though, I need to have the run of my life. This has got to be the best run of the night to at least either go one more time or take this away if it's a crucial mistake on Nakamura's part. Now right away, we may have dropped a tire, and it's definitely looking like it now that I'm looking at it on this kind of slow-mo. So I think right away I'm at a disadvantage, but in my head I didn't see that. It was going by so quick. I'm like, okay, we got first clip, we're looking good, man. Coming out to the second clip, we are perfect. Third clip, we are doing great. And then at this point right here, I knew I was done. Too much angle, couldn't pull it back, and unfortunately with the skill and speed of Nakamura behind me, you can see him just reeling my car right in. And that's exactly what he did. I mean, look at where I'm transitioning right now. Almost hit the grass on the outside, and then I pretty much forced Nakamura just to kind of abort his line at the same time. So I knew at this point we were out of the competition. However, though, there was no hard feelings. I wasn't upset. I was very happy with the performance that I did put on for that night, because it definitely was, it's a lot of nerves coming into this, man. This is my second ever competition for battling, and these guys come to play, man. They're here, they put hours and hours into work into their cars, into their own, section. So, for me to be out here with them, I'm just happy that we made it to the second battle and we went one more time. I did want to give a big shout out to CS Renjuro for taking home the finals, man. Grand finals against HKS Mr. Bucket. Mr. Bucket ended up taking home the dub for the pro bracket. Huge congratulations to him. Unfortunately, Renjuro had controller issues and his controller died on the very last clip, man. I could not make that shit up. Absolutely crazy to see how that went down. But that is going to do it for today's episode of our recaps of ESDA Round 4 at Monza. Round 5 is going to kick off on the 17th for qualifying, and then 23rd of June will be battles at Lime Rock, man. Definitely high speed, high horsepower. I'm excited to see what everyone's going to bring out, and I'm also kind of on the verge of what I want to do. Do I want to get a new car, a new tune, new paint job? Let me know your thoughts down below. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you guys so much for watching once again. Big thanks to TUS UNO for the paint job for Round 4, and So Mystified once again for the tune on ESDA, man. If you guys are still here, though, don't forget to slap that like button, show your support in the comment section down below, and as always, you guys follow me on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter, all of which are found down below. It's your boy, the SLAPTrain. I'm out.